and that looks about right there. But I'm going to size it up a little bit because this picture is pretty dang ginormous. Okay, so we're going to make a black background real fast. So with your picture selected, control click the create a new layer icon, and that should make a new layer below your picture. And fill it up with black with Alt backspace, assuming your foreground color is set to black. And then we're going to turn off our picture for just a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, if you're putting all of the text together yourself, you need to group it together into a group called text. Well, it doesn't really have to be called text, but you want to make sure they all have a drop shadow added to it. So as you can see, this text layer has a drop shadow with 100% opacity, distance, spread, size, and all 5 pixels. And this one doesn't have an effect on it, so I'm going to hold Alt and click and drag the effect onto this, and that should duplicate it. And that should be good right there. So the next thing we need to do is right click our text group and duplicate the group. Just hit OK, doesn't matter what the name is, and then go to, right click it and go to merge group. And as you can see, now we've got 2 sets of the same text, but I'm going to undo that. And I want to blur all of this so that it gives all of the text a little bit more depth and also have kind of a glow kind of look to it. So if we go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and give it a radius of maybe not quite 10 pixels, maybe down to about 5.74-ish, somewhere in there, and we'll hit OK. And then if you hold your, if you select text copy and then control click the text group and have them both selected, right click and go down to merge layers. And now all of this text will be one giant layer. Okay, so we have our text and we have our picture. How do we get the effect? Well, there's something that we're going to have to do before we actually go into the next step. We want to turn off the text copy and select our picture on it, layer 1, and open up the adjustments panel and do a black and white adjustment layer. Now, it's okay if you just leave it as it is, but I'm going to go up to this setting right here and change it to darker. Just a subtle difference, but no big deal, right? And just as it is, go to File, Save As, and call this Displace. And click Save. Maximize compatibility, yeah, sure, okay. And then you can just go ahead and trash that. And seeing as it's thinking we're the displace file, we should probably save this as a different file. Let's just say typography. I'm having typography. There. I was having spelling issues. So we'll save. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to turn off our picture and turn on our text. But then we go to Filter, Distort, Displace, and then set your horizontal scale to 15, your vertical scale to 15, your displacement map to tile, and your undefined areas to repeat. And if you hit OK, you'll get this Choose a Displacement Map box. And remember that file we just saved called Displace? Select that and hit Open, and you'll see that it warped our text based on the displace PSD file that we just saved. So if you bring up your picture, turn it on, and bring it above your text, you want to change the blend mode to linear burn. And as you can see, it is kind of a see-through, but it keeps the color of your person. Or sorry, not your person. It keeps the color of your picture a little bit. but we don't want all of this white text around the cutout to show. So what we're going to do is control click the thumbnail with our picture on it, and then select text copy, and then go down to this add layer mask icon and give that a click, and that should mask it so that it's only on the picture. And there you go, you're pretty much done. But if you want to give this a little bit more color, I suggest duplicating it by hitting Ctrl J and then changing this to multiply. Maybe it wasn't over, maybe it was overlay. Okay, there you go. That looks better right there. So as you can see, that just gives it a little bit more color to it. And there you go, you're done. You can save that as a file and just show it off to your friends. Make it your Facebook picture or something like that. That's actually not a bad idea. I should try that. See what people say. Okay. So, thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys had fun and learned something new. Again, if you want to download the PSD files for this, just find them on the download section at checkit.com, and be sure to leave us some comments on our videos to let us know how you guys like this tutorial. And that's all I've got. So, see you next time.